Another day, another dollar. Thank the Lord for another 24. God, I knew that was you. Monday, I'm back on the grind. I had to take a few days off for a funeral, man, but I'm back on the grind, baby. Just getting back from the gym. Speaking of the gym, that's going to be the topic of this video, man. This is a correctional officer video, or if you work in any job in law enforcement, I'm talking about staying fit for duty. When you get into this type of work, working in corrections, or like I said, any type of law enforcement job where you have physical demands that you may have to embark on, you get into a chase, let's talk outside of correction. Even if you're like a police officer, a probation officer, somebody that you pursuing, they start running, you got to chase after them, going back into the prison, an inmate on the rec yard fighting, you way at the front of the prison, and you got to sprint damn near the length of 2 football fields all the way to the back to get to the rec yard, and you still have to be able to perform. You still have to be able to carry out your duties, do your job, break that fight up, save a coworker, That's why it's so important to not let your body go, once you get into this type of work. Physical fitness is one of the most important things working in corrections. You know what I'm saying? You have to think now, what do you see? Even if you don't work in corrections, you have no experience working on the inside, but you've seen movies, you've seen TV shows, when they show the prison scenes on the rec yard, what are the inmates doing? They're working out. They are training every day. I see it every day. A lot of them inmates at the prisons I've worked at, the institutions I've worked at, man, they work out every day. Some of them get up first thing in the morning. They're like regimented with this shit. It's like a regiment, like they're in the military. I seen at my last prison, man, when I was in West Virginia in the feds, I used to work the perimeter patrol truck sometimes on the day shift. And I would be sitting up on the hill looking down on the rec yard, patrolling everything. And the Hispanic inmates, they would be lined up. It would be like probably 40 of them. They lined up in front of each other. They got 2 lines, 2 straight rows. You got one, probably 15, 20 of them on this line, another 15, 20 on this line. They're doing burpees. I'm talking about without stop. One side go down, do a burpee, boom, jump up, the other side go down. It's almost like the military. They training, they working out every day, man. They in tip-top shape. They're in there, a lot of stuff. They go to bed early. They waking up early. They working out every day. So what does that tell you? You have to be working out too. You got to be training, and you have to have your body right as well, because you don't know what could go down working inside a prison, working in law enforcement, working in corrections, And let's get this straight. I'm not saying you have to go in there and be like, Macho Man, Incredible Hulk, Randy Savage, none of that. I work out. I've been working out 21 years. I'm a former college athlete, But at the end of the day, even with all that, working out, fitness, whatever kind of background you may have, karate, you box, do MMA, all of that. At the end of the day, it still comes down to respect. Respect will take you a long way in your career, no matter where you working. If you're working in corrections, probation, police officer, DEA, any type of law enforcement career like that, it starts with respect. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you still have to work out. Even in the event that the inmates take over the prison, they can take over at any time they feel like it. They can riot, they can have an uprising, they can take staff hostage, because we're outnumbered at all times. Even though eventually we'll get things under control and we'll take back control of the institution, you have to think of those situations, those possibilities of you being in a one-on-one altercation with an inmate. Say you get into it with an inmate, he work out, he hawked up, y'all have some words, some beef, and one thing leads to another and it escalates. Now that inmate coming at you, man, he may have pulled out the knife. He's serious. He finna put that knife in you, or he on you. He finna threw you down on top of you. Your physical fitness and your working out on the street, taking care of your body, being in shape could be the difference between you being able to fend and fight that inmate off versus that inmate getting on top of you, getting the upper hand on you, and he wearing your ass out, and you're unable to reach for your walkie-talkie, hit your body alarm or duress button and call for help. That could be the difference between it. That's why I stress, it's so important to work out, and to try to take care of your health. Try to eat good as much as possible. I meal prep a lot of my foods, because working in law enforcement, corrections, it's easy, once you start getting into it, you working all these different shifts. If you a hustler, you like to work all these extra overtime hour shifts, it's easy to get lackadaisical and to let yourself go. I ain't gonna meal prep, man. I just don't feel like it. I'm tired. I'm just gonna go through the McDonald's drive-through. Oh, I done worked down 3-4 doubles this week, man. I ain't got time to go to the gym. You can't have that mentality. You have to make time, and I know it's not easy for everybody. It's easy for somebody like me because I've been doing the working out, the fitness, all of that. I've been doing it for so many years. So it's like a lifestyle. It's like a second nature for me, regardless if I work a 16-hour shift, I'm still going to go to the gym, even if it's for 45 minutes to an hour. You have to make yourself go. You have to mentally will yourself to go. A lot of things in life, man, it comes down to your mentality. It starts with your mindset. You got to already have it in your mind. For me, it's like as soon as my relief walks through the door, I've already been thinking about the gym all morning. I'm like, man, no matter what goes down today, I don't care. Unless it's an emergency, something crazy happened, I know already in my head that I'm going to the gym. So it's like as soon as my relief walks through the door, my shift is up. I hand him off the equipment. I brief him on what happened on the shift, if anything occurred. And it's like as soon as I walk through the door and I'm out the gate, I got my book bag, I got my lunch bag. And it's like, as soon as I get to the car, I'm already in go mode. It's time to go to the gym. It's time to go hit the weight yard. That's my mentality every day, So like I say, I already have it in my mind. It's like a mindset thing for me. You just got to be mentally tough, and you just got to mentally will yourself to go, And the working out part, it goes hand in hand. You start working in corrections, you let yourself go and whatnot. You're not eating as healthy as you can, and you're not working out at all. Then what happens? You end up going to the doctor. Your numbers starting to creep up. You like, the doctor your cholesterol is starting to get higher from your last exam. You pre-diabetic, stuff like that. When stuff starts to happen, medical issues, things of that nature, what's the first thing the doctor going to tell you? What's the first thing they're going to prescribe you? If they don't start with medicine, they're going to tell you, you need to start working out. You need to start eating healthier. The same thing I just said in this video. So you need to be proactive anyway. Just be proactive, before it gets to that point, get it in check, start now. If you started in corrections, you started your career out in fairly decent shape, keep it that way. Don't stop. Don't let yourself go, man. You make it the best way I tell people, is to just embrace this working out fitness thing, the meal prep, trying to live as healthy as possible. Just embrace it as a lifestyle. I embrace it as a lifestyle. That's why it's easier for me. I just go ahead and I lock all the way in. Even when I go out of town on vacation, I go out, have a cheat day, go out to eat, and I'm not eating, I get right back on it. I get back on it the next day. That's how I'm able to sustain and to maintain and keep gaining. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if you started in fairly decent shape, you came in, you was jacked, you was lean, pretty lean, you worked out a lot. Don't let yourself go, man. The motto I like to always say, man, is stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. If you starting out, you not in the best shape or you never worked out, that's something that needs to be a high priority on your list. You need to get into that habit, the routine of going. And, you have to crawl before you walk. It's baby steps. You can't just go into the gym, start working out and expect to get the results, like me. Like I say, I've been lifting weights since I was 13 years old. I started and I never stopped. I kept up with it all through high school. When I was playing college football, I was still working out, for football. After I stopped playing football, after my career was over, I kept working out. Like I said, it's like a lifestyle for me, So you have to try to adopt that mindset and whatnot. And that's going to help you to have a lot of success on your job. It's going to help you when you work in these different shifts, these long shifts. You'll have more energy because you're working out. You eating as healthy as possible. And so it's going to help it's only going to help your body, you know. And it's not perfect working in corrections, you know. Sometimes you got to work the weekends, the holidays. You think you finna get out on an 8-hour shift, you know, and the last hour or so, the lieutenant or supervisor, the sergeant call you like, hey, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to mandate you for another 8-hour shift. You know, I combat that stuff, you know, by making sure I got enough food on me. You know, when I meal prep, I keep enough snacks in my lunch bag, plenty water, you know, my meal prep food, stuff like that. Like I say, I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. Always be prepared. When you prepared, now you ain't got to worry about, oh, I ain't got no food, man. Damn, I'm going to have to run out. I'm going to have to go to the Bojangles, man, and get me a little 4-piece special Birdman chicken box off of Daytona Tyrone, knowing it got down about 3,000 calories. You know it ain't the best option for you, but you're going to go do it anyways. You know, if you got your meal prep food, though, you know, you're going to be good regardless, you know. You know, you just got to start, though, somewhere, though. You have to make it a priority to start. You know, if you're about to go to the academy, you know, the training academy, you know, once you started corrections, depending on the agency you work at, they either make you work about 6 to 8 months and then they send you to the academy, or some agencies, they send you right away to the academy. As soon as you get your start date, you get hired on, they give you, you know, they tell you you're going to report to the academy right off the gate, you know. So if you know you ain't been working out, you know, you ain't been on top of your fitness and, you know, running, things of that nature, and you know the academy, you know, you got to go and you have to pass certain tests. Like you may have to run a half a mile or a mile around the track, and then you have to do like an obstacle course, things of that nature. If you know you haven't been training or working out like you need to be, and you know you already have your start date, you got a few months, you need to start today. Don't wait till you get down there and then try to start working out, you know, getting serious about it, because this is the thing. And I've seen this occur so many times, you know, working for the feds, you know, working for the Bureau of Prisons. One of the conditions of keeping your job is you have to go down to Glencoe, Georgia at the academy, and you have to pass the academy. I've seen so many people go down there and they fail the physical training part, you know, whether it be running the lap around the track. I can't remember. It's been a while since I went to the academy down in Glencoe, Georgia, but I think you have to run a full lap around an Olympic-sized track, and then you have to handcuff somebody, you know, and they give you like 3 minutes, you know, so it's fairly reasonable, you know. You got a reasonable enough amount of time to complete that, you know. When I did a police academy before too, and you had to jog like a mile and a half in like 12 or 13 minutes, so you kind of had to be booking it, you know, to finish at a decent time, you know. Like I was in shape though, I'm still in shape, but like I said, I've seen so many people go down there, fail the physical part, and they end up losing their job. You know, you have to take this shit serious. Otherwise, you're going to be out of a job. You're going to be on the chopping block looking for another line of work, you know, and you have to think of all the time and effort and energy you invested in trying to get the job. You might have spent months going back and forth with HR, submitting all this paperwork, going online, filling out all these different applications. You got to submit so much documentation. It's like a back and forth with HR. You know, you done invested all this time. You've been sitting back. They got you stressed out. You like, are these people ever going to call me for my start date? You know, it feel like it's taking forever. And you like, damn, man, did you finally get it? You've been working. You know, they tell you when you're going to go to the academy a lot of times, you know, so you kind of got an idea of when you're going to go. And then you go down there and you flunk out. So it's like all that time and effort was wasted for nothing. You done threw away a whole career. You done threw away a potential pension you get working in corrections, your retirement account, all this extra overtime money they're throwing at you, the health benefits, all of that. You threw it away because you wasn't prepared. You got to prepare today. If you know you about to go to the academy, man, you've been watching my videos, you about to start the academy, or you about to go out there in a few months, man, you know you ain't been training like you need to pass the physical part, You need to start today. Start hitting the track, hit the gym, get on the treadmill, start working on your wind, working on your jogging. If you've been on the job, start talking to some of your coworkers that may have just gotten back from the academy and that passed it. Ask them what are the tests that they are doing down there so you have an idea and That way you can go and plan accordingly. You can start working on the different stuff that you have to do. You may have to do a dummy drag. They may have like a dummy that weighs like 150 pounds. I can't remember. I think we did do that when I was in Glencoe. I think I did it when I went through the academy for the state correction. You have to drag a dummy like so many yards and maybe run back. You have to run up steps for like so many seconds. It's all kind of stuff, man. But your best bet is to ask people so you know what you're going into. And once you know, start getting into it now. Start training for it now. You have to train and you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's the motto, man. If you already came back from the academy, you inside working, you into your career, and you haven't been working out, start working out, man, because you see it. You see it every day. You work the rec yard or you passing the rec yard on the way to your housing unit. What are the inmates doing? Or they may even be on the unit working out, man. First thing, man, I seen some inmates up before breakfast even come. They up 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning doing push-ups, doing burpees, So that tells me I need to be working out too. I got to be going hard too because they getting ready for something. I don't know what it is, but they staying ready. So I need to stay ready. Like I said, that working out, being physically fit can be the difference between you being able to fend the inmate off of you, get him off of you, get on your walkie-talkie and call for help, and that versus him being on top of you. You not being able to do nothing because you out of shape. He wearing your ass out, man. He in shape, tip-top shape. You walking, got a big old jolly Santa Claus belly, man. He punch you one time, boom, donut holes ring out like on Sonic the Hedgehog. You damn fell out, he on top of you. Boom, 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 wearing you out. You can't do nothing, man. Only thing you could pray for is maybe one of the inmates. You may be respectful to the other inmates. They may try to save you, or you can't count on that, though. Shit, a lot of times when something go down, what do most of the other inmates do? They just sitting there watching. They ain't gonna do shit. A lot of cases, you may get lucky and got a coworker that's right there with you, but I don't want to take that chance. Why take a chance? Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready and you'll be good. Y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. I got the merchandise for sale. This one of my gym shirts right here, baby. Lifting large, baby. You see that gorilla, man? That's how I'm trying to look, man, in my work uniform. Muscled up, jacked up, man, But yeah, you got to take that shit serious. Your physical health, working out, all of that, because it just may save your life one day. And like I said, you ain't got to go in there thinking you got to be Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Rambo, The Big Show. You look like one of these Hercules. You just got to be in enough shape, man, just in case something goes down, you're able to do your job, or you're able to get to safety, get that inmate off of you, and able to get to your walkie-talkie and call for help. Y'all know how we coming. Let's get motivated.